Hello, my name is Camper Bull. I am the founder of the PMP Masterclass, the author of Moving from Project Management to Project Leadership, and I had the distinct honor of being a content contributor for the PMBOK, the Project Management Body of Knowledge, 4th edition. This video is talking all about PMP online training, what you should look for, what you should look out for on a training organization, online or even offline, to support your endeavor to pass the PMP exam. The PMP exam is not a straightforward, easy exam. It is designed to be a difficult exam, and therefore getting good training, either online or offline, become very vital to the actual process of passing. So what I'd like to give you is 5 tips on picking an online training course to pass your PMP exam. PMP online training has been around for a while, and therefore the first tip is that you should be careful what you're looking for. You should make sure that the PMP online training course is aligned with the PMBOK version 4. The PMBOK is the Project Management Body of Knowledge. There are 3 other editions, and there's lots of online training out there that actually supports older editions. So be very careful when selecting an online training organization that it's PMBOK 4 compliant. If you study your PMP training with an online organization that is not compliant, you're not doing yourself a service, and you may fail the exam because information that they're teaching you may not be on the exam. One classic example on all online training is to see if they talk about the triple constraint. Any training talking about the triple constraint is bad because it is no longer in the 4th version of the PMBOK. So you're going to be studying PMP information that is old, or PMP information that is not going to serve you in passing the PMP exam. So why pay for that training online? Second, understand that any training you do online is supplemental to being able to pass the PMP exam because you have to read the PMBOK. The PMBOK is the foundation and framework, so any online training you take needs to be supplemented by actually reading the PMBOK. You can pass your PMP exam by reading the PMBOK and getting online training, but only one of those will probably not serve you well enough to actually pass the exam. So getting online training as well as reading the PMBOK equals to a much better way of passing the PMP exam. Third, looking for good people for PMP online training is really looking for someone who's a registered education provider. Now understand, you do not have to have an individual who is a registered education provider to provide online training. It only requires that they have their PMP certification. The advantage, though, of having an REP, a registered education provider, an individual certified by PMI, to give you an online training is that they have already been vetted or looked at by PMI. So all of their online training has been looked at by the organization certifying you as a professional project manager. So any PMP online training that you get from the REPs gives you the advantage of being cleared by PMI. So if you get audited during your certification process and they want to know about your online training, you can easily say it's from an REP, here is the REP number, and there will be no question during the auditing process. They do audit people on a regular basis, and they do scrutinize online training regularly because it's so easy to put up. It doesn't require you to actually go out into a classroom environment. You can do it online and get good training there. Therefore, they're going to be more interested in you showing the quality of the information if you have not received training, online training from an REP. If you have, it's a moot point. Fourth hint on doing online training for your PMP exam is that you really need to look at how they're doing the training. Are they just providing you images that pop up and you move them around a little bit? Online training is just video, or do they provide you a panoply of information? Do they provide you books as well as video, as well as audio, as well as processes and tools that you can use to do that? Good online training is not only just staring at a screen, but interacting with that screen on a regular basis. Most online training courses are just going to be forcing you to look at a specific document or a specific video and assuming that that's enough. It really isn't. You as an individual learn differently than you did in high school and college. So online training courses have to train you as an adult, not using the tools and techniques that high school students or college students use. So be very careful when you're selecting your online training organization to pass your PMP exam, because they need to understand how you learn best. And that really goes into point 5 for selecting the appropriate PMP online training organization. Point 5 is you have to use multiple sources to learn. You need to use audio, visual. You need to be able to write things down. You need to be able to interact with the information. You need to use questions. So when you're selecting the appropriate PMP online training company, make sure that they are giving you multiple ways of learning that material, because you really want to take this material, and if you're investing this much time and money in an online training organization, you really want to invest in an individual and an organization that you can take it out, not only to pass the PMP exam, but to move forward and pass the PMP exam in your life. In other words, being able to bring the information to fruition. You've spent a lot of time on online training making sure you know the information for the exam. Wouldn't it be nice to take that PMP information and that training and move it out into a broader organization? Move it out into your workforce. Make it better so the investment you did on online training reaps benefits not only for passing the PMP exam, but also for extending the information outward into an entire workforce. And that is the reason we at the PMP Masterclass believe so strongly in getting good online training, but clear, precise training as well. So what we've done is we've created 3 free videos for you online to train you about various bits of information that we think are important. All of these are free and will help you pass the PMP exam. The first video is all about myths about the PMP exam. We don't talk about online training companies, but they are a series of myths that proliferate online about what you should and should not know about the PMP exam. This could be the key information that helps you pass the exam. I want to encourage you to watch that. The second training video online that we've created is a training video that allows you to use a tool I created offline to be able to know how well you're doing with the questions. It teaches you what questions you're getting right, what questions you're getting wrong, and gives you an assurity so that when you take the online exam, you can rest assured that you're going to pass it. This tool allowed me to take the 4-hour exam in 2 hours and give me a surety that I was going to pass that exam. A really valuable tool whether you do online or offline training for your PMP exam. The third video is all about how we learned. I alluded to it in point 4, but I want to give you a broader distinction. We don't learn like we do in high school, and it's important whether you do online training or offline training to get those distinctions. It will serve you not only in passing the PMP exam, but other learning educational endeavors that you do. So I want to encourage you to take advantage of these 3 videos. They're online at www.pmmasterclass.com. If you go there, not only will I give you the 3 online training videos, but I will also give you 25 secrets to passing the PMP exam. Secrets that I've developed over the last 15 years to really help me help my students pass the PMP exam. I'm also going to give you 20 questions that you can download and look at and give you some idea of how difficult the PMP exam questions are and why you probably need some online or offline training to make sure you pass it. Also, I've given you reviews of all of the top PMP training books. My reviews are online and you can take a look at them. They will serve you because these books are expensive, and the last thing you want to do is get a PMP training manual that isn't going to serve you well. If you go to www.pmmasterclass.com, all of that's available to you. PMP online training is a very useful and valuable tool that you can use to pass the PMP exam, but using these few distinctions as well as the 3 online training videos I've offering to you will certainly help you pass the PMP more readily.